Chapter 35. Ellie. The second time I read the letter was on the plane heading back. My head was pounding, and I couldn't take in anything of what he had written. As soon as I returned to the apartment, I spent a couple of hours online, looking up articles on the accident. There wasn't much, but what I did find agreed with Dee's story. Not once have I felt unsafe with him. He always respected me in the bedroom, and out of it. I read the letter again. And again. Lydia returns from her holiday. Luckily, she's preoccupied with herself and doesn't notice anything wrong. I listened to her describe the hotel they stayed at and the suggestions they made to her friend's dad. Meanwhile, my thoughts are on the letter. When she heads out to a party, I call Jenna. I need to talk to someone, and she is my best friend. Happy New Year. Jenna answers. Happy New Year. Are you busy? I lay down on the sofa in the living room. No. My dad and Camilla are going out tonight, but I decided to stay in and watch some movies. So I'm all yours. What's wrong? I take a deep breath and pull a pillow into my arms. I've sort of been seeing someone. Who? For how long? I've been sleeping with Dylan. Dylan? But you don't even get along with him. Do you? Jenna. I'm not judging, you know I don't. I just didn't know you liked him. I didn't. It was just sex. Did something happen? I explain the situation as best I can, without mentioning that he was the one responsible for breaking her and Julian up. I don't understand, Jenna says. Why don't you want to be with him anymore? He did something that I don't know if I can forgive. Something bad? Yes. Illegal? No. Did he do it to be mean? No. Not really. I take a deep breath. I think he thought he was protecting a friend. Ellie, I don't know what he did. I barely know Dylan, but I know Julian wouldn't be friends with him if he was a bad guy. But what he did was bad, Jenna. Does he regret it? I think so. Maybe he just made a mistake. Maybe. Do you have feelings for him? No. I don't think so. I don't know. Do you want to see him again? Are you going to the next dance class? I pause. Dance class will resume on Saturday. And he will be there. I know he will. And that means I'll see him again. I could stay away. I could call Irina and say it doesn't work for me. But can I? Yes, I say. I do want to see him again. Well, I don't think he's a bad guy. And if you want to see him, then you should. I still haven't forgiven him. There's a weight in my chest and I struggle to take a deep breath. That's okay. Tears are fighting to get out. I'm going to see him again. But I don't know if I'm strong enough. You don't have to see him. But I can't stay away. I know I'm not strong enough to stay away. Ellie, you are so strong. You can do whatever you want. And I'll be there in a couple of days to support you. And who knows, maybe seeing him will help you get over him. The pressure eases a bit. Yeah. Maybe it will. That's what I'll do. I'll go to class, I'll see him, and I'll be able to put this whole thing behind me. We'll dance and I'll realize that we're over. The first Saturday in January, I show up late to dance class. I changed my outfit several times before settling on a pair of leggings and a bulky sweater. My hands are shaking as I enter the studio. All eyes rest on me as I close the door behind me. Irina nods and I spot Dee waiting in the back. I take a deep breath and steel myself. I can do this. I can get through this without falling apart. He nods at me. There's almost a smile on his lips. I don't meet his eyes. Irina is going through the movements, and I listen to her. I remember my dream to be able to dance and do my best. I stay away from him for as long as I can, practicing the steps on my own. When I have to touch him, I stare at his shoulder and keep my distance. For a moment, I think he's stroking his thumb over my hand, but it was such a fleeting movement, I'm convinced I was wrong. We don't speak the whole time. But our bodies move together to the music. When the class is over, I hurry out, before he has a chance to speak. I'm exhausted from keeping it all together. As I sit down on the bus, the tears come. Seeing him was supposed to show me how it was all over. How I didn't have feelings for him. It was supposed to be closure. But I feel more torn open than I have in a long time. I know what to expect the following Saturday. And I convince myself I'm better prepared. I still arrive as late as I possibly can, and I plan on leaving immediately afterwards. This time he seems sad. His eyes follow me as I walk up to him. Ellie? I shake my head. I can't talk. Not now. Not yet. I need to focus on dancing. On learning. I want to get through this without making a fool of myself. Because I can't stay away. I know that now. I tried. I wasn't going to come this week. But I was right when I told Jenna I'm not strong enough to stay away from him. I never told you why I want to dance, he says as we move across the floor. It's for my grandmother. When she was young. Please don't. I close my eyes and we miss a few steps. He waits until I'm ready, and then we dance. He doesn't say anything else, and when I hurry off after class, he only looks after me. Classes have started up again, and Jenna is back. And without the two, I don't know how I would manage. I can spend most of my time getting ahead on classwork. The few assignments we've gotten take up some of my time. And when I have nothing more to do, I go to Jenna's and watch rom-coms with her. But it's not the same now. They make me want to cry. They didn't used to do that. The third dance lesson, I arrive just as class is supposed to start. But Irina is late. I hesitate as I get there, not sure what to do. But I feel silly just standing in the doorway, so I take my spot near D. I know you don't want to talk to me, D says in a low voice. And I want to respect that, I do. But I have to know if you got my letter. You didn't ask Knightley or my dad anything, and I thought maybe you didn't get it. There's pain in his voice, and I wonder what this all means to him. He said that day that he loved me. But part of me assumed he would have gotten over it by now. That he would have moved on. I got it, I say and stare at my shoes as Irina comes rushing in. By the fourth session, I've read the letter so many times I'm starting to believe all of it. I study him as we dance, wondering if he could be as innocent as the letter made out. If I judged him too harshly. The final dance class is more of a celebration than a chance to learn. Irina plays all of the songs we've been practicing too, and we try to remember the things we've learned. Part of me wants to apologize to D, but it's been 5 weeks and I'm not sure he'd listen to me. Instead, I try to soak up as much of his presence as I can. I inhale his smell, that familiar scent of Christmas and what could have been happiness. I let his touch sear my body, wishing he would leave a mark for me to remember him by. When the last note fades, we stand still holding each other. And I know he wants to say something. Because I want to say something. But what words are there? So I pull my hand from his and walk away. Perhaps in the next life I'll have more luck.